Hello everybody. So today I wanted to talk to you about why on earth does it matter how you treat yourself? Why would that affect everybody else? Why wouldn't they just automatically treat you nicely anyway? So let's just ignore the fact that maybe they should treat you nicely. Hi Annabelle. Hello. See you soon. So, ignoring the fact that people should be nice, people should be kind, people should be treating you well. In actual fact, it's just not the way it happens. Just hold on. I am speaking, so clearly, again, just like yesterday, dog needs to sit on my lap. So, let's think about it. If you're not even letting yourself, when the kids are younger, if you're not even letting yourself have a chance to go for a pee and you're putting that off constantly, so like even the basics of life you're not letting yourself have, why would anybody else think you need the basics? They've seen you put all your basic needs to one side. They will just automatically pick up on that hint. So let's say at work, your boss has a choice of asking multiple people to do something. One person is just really difficult, so they're written off as just really, really difficult, so they're not valued, but they're not considered difficult. Another person is really, really helpful, but really, really clear on their boundaries. They always like to have lunch, and they won't do any of the difficult stuff. You're feeling nervous, undervalued, worried, insecure, and so on, and they can pick up on that, and they can already see how you're treating yourself, and therefore, yeah, they will ask you to do the more difficult things, and yes, they will take advantage of you. Same thing goes, the kids are just like a nightmare. If you let them treat you as a taxi service that also has the extra bonus of being the chef, although maybe mine don't think of me like that because I'm not particularly good to cook, then that's what they're going to treat you as. It's going to come as a surprise to them to think, mum actually has a life. Mum might actually want to go somewhere. Mum might actually want to do something. If you never even mention that mum wants to do something else, mum actually has to pop to the shops, mum actually does want to go and have a massage, or mum wants to see her friends, then they won't even have it in their mindset that that's available. If after a while you don't, because you always have to readdress your boundaries with them, if your boundaries never get readdressed, they're going to be wandering in to the bathroom with you for the rest of your life, and you'll never have a pee on your own ever again. Friends, unfortunately there are friends who take advantage of you, and when they're looking at their list of people to phone, they won't even think it through. They'll think, right, I need somebody to pick up and drop off my kids for the next fortnight because I'm going on holiday. Has been known to happen. I've known somebody. Who can I phone? Oh yes, that one's a sucker, I'll ask that one. It's some people, they'll go, oh, well, if I ask them, then actually they're going to expect it to be a fair deal. So a good relationship is where it's a fair deal. They're there for you when you need them, and you're there for them when they need you. But if you've got one of those friends who's not so keen on that, then what you'll find is they're going to ask you all the time if actually your boundaries aren't clear. Partners as well. Part of it is, if you let somebody use a tone of voice with you which is a bit disrespectful, then next time they think they can get away with it again, and next time, and so on. But if in your head you're using that tone of voice with you, if actually you think that maybe you're not that bright or that clever, so I have a lovely friend, she's really bright, she's sparkly, she's got an amazing emotional intelligence and so on. Yeah, okay, so she's not got like a ton of PhDs, but because she thinks in her head sometimes that she's not as clever as she actually is, then she allows people to talk to her like she's not very clever, and she is. She's bright, she's sparky, she's got a good old brain on her head. So one thing I would like to say though, if someone is actually, we're talking about relationships and why not looking after yourself is it leads to sometimes people not treating you well. That doesn't make it right. Okay, I'm not ignoring that. What I am saying is the first question is what you're going to do about it. And the easiest thing is to actually start to just look after yourself better. And all of that will just shift automatically. You'll automatically not see as much of the people who take you for granted. The kids will automatically adjust. You'll have a few conversations where you need to adjust things yourself, but most things will be automatic. However, if any of you lovely mums watching this are actually in a nasty situation where you're actually being physically hurt, then no, there's no waiting involved. You just actually have to leave, sort out your self-confidence and your self-esteem later on. You need to get hold of people who can support and help you, quite clearly. From there, though, there's a whole remit of where you could be at. You could be being in a situation where you're being gaslighted. If you don't know what gaslighting means, it basically means someone's messing with your head so much you don't actually know what's right or what's wrong, what they have or haven't done, and so on. From there, you've got emotional mental abuse. You've got just somebody being generally a bit nasty and a bit bullying. Then it moves down into them just being a bit disrespectful, then maybe just treating you like a bit of a servant and a slave. And then from there, you've just got the general not considering you, not appreciating you, or sometimes, it kind of goes up and down. Could be a really nice person most of the time, but sometimes they're disrespectful to you about something. So there's obviously whole levels of where you could be at. And all of those can be helped and adjusted by you learning to love yourself more, treat yourself like your own best friend. Okay, so that's me off my bandwagon about relationships. In fact, on my new course, Be Your Own Best Friend, I think 3 of the days we actually do tackle and give you tips on not just the how to love yourself more, but then when you are going to adjust the boundaries, how that might work and so on. So many of you watching these lives, you're going to be able to just adjust things automatically yourself. You're going to go, yes, Lisa is right. I'm going to go and look after myself better. But if you think you need some help, then I will put the link to my new course, Be Your Own Best Friend. It's 7 days. It's an online course. It's going to be constant, so it's there for you to do over and over and over again. And you'll have a Facebook community so that you've got like constant support, because actually if you're in the bad habit of not looking after yourself, this is going to take some time. It's not going to take 7 days. It's going to take 7 days. There's going to be improvement, and then you're going to have to kind of keep working at it because you're in a bad habit situation. So my course will be live from next Monday. The normal price for the course, I haven't talked prices at all. The normal price for the course is going to be £197, but I have a spontaneous offer which will be available from the weekend of just £97. But hold off on that as well, because I have a competition running. So if you go and have a look on my Facebook page, you will see yesterday I announced the competition. It's pinned to the top of my Facebook page. In this competition, you can nominate your best friend to potentially win a slot on my new course, Be Your Own Best Friend. And they can nominate you back. And I'm not wanting you to choose between your friends. You can nominate as many as possible. And I did realise yesterday that if I start to get a ton of nominations, don't worry, I'll start to add more courses. So if I get like 50 people nominated, I'll add another course in there so that you still got a chance of winning it. And there might be a little reward in there for actually nominating, because it's a nice friendly thing to do. The reason I've done this is because I know what you're like. I know you're much more likely to nominate your best friend for something really lovely than yourselves. That's why you're watching this. I totally know where you're at. It was where I was at too, until I worked out that being nice to myself, treating myself as I would my best friend, would make a big difference. And it made a massive difference to my health, my happiness, my relationships, my finances, and everything. So that's it for today. Tomorrow and the day after, I'm going to come back in and I'm going to talk to you about, well, why would treating yourself make your finances better? Why would treating your health make treating yourself better make your health better? So I will see you tomorrow and the day after as well. Don't forget, nominate your friends on that post that's pinned to the page about the competition, and let's help a ton of mums to be happier and healthier and just generally treating themselves nicer. See ya. Bye.